Kentucky, welcome back. Time for a game of Big Deal or No Deal. We have help today from Nicholasville's own Brian Lee. Thank you for being here, Brian. What is up first?
Presidential candidate Pete Buttigieg is making a campaign stop in Louisville next week. Mary Jo and Kevin, is his visit to the Bluegrass a big deal or no deal?
Well, it's this time of year, so everyone's getting out. But I'll just be honest. I love Mayor Pete. I do.
I do too. And anytime Kentucky can be on a national stage in any form or fashion, I love it. I love it. It's great for our state, great for him, great for the city of Louisville, and it's $25 to go see him.
You know, I also think that Kentucky probably feels left out by the Democratic Party. Oftentimes because they do lean so far, right? So it's nice to have him visit. All right, Brian, what's up next?
While there are no official sanctuary cities in Kentucky, 2 bills have been pre-filed for next year's legislative session that would crack down on city leaders who try to enact such protections for immigrants. Is this a big deal or no deal?
What do you think the pre-filing of these bills means?
Big deal. Big deal. You know, I think anytime we tell our law enforcement officers not to cooperate with our federal officers, it's an issue because it goes both ways.
Yeah.
If we're tracking someone, they offer assistance and vice versa. Just follow the law and leave it alone.
Is that so hard to do? We can't just follow the law?
It is.
Sometimes it is. All right, Brian, what's up next?
A new report shows that state funding per student in Kentucky is on the decline by more than $120 per student since 2008. Is this a big deal or no deal, guys?
A huge deal. The cost of everything is going up, and yet we are underfunding our students.
Huge deal. I couldn't agree more. You know, this has got to change. We have put more burden on the local school systems. And here in Lexington, when we say, hey, they're increasing the tax again, this is why. Our state government is pushing the burden onto local governments. And if they're going to be in the education business, they need to start funding 100%.
100%. Agreed. All right, Brian, what's next?
The family of a Bell County coal miner is devastated after discovering that a 4-foot statue paying tribute to his memory was taken from his gravesite. How big is the deal in the case of Edward Phipps?
This is a really big deal, and this is just like the worst kind of person to do this. I just don't get it.
What kind of person does this? And why? It's not funny.
What are
it's
you
not
getting
fun.
out of it? I don't understand.
And you're really hurting a family who is mourning the loss of their loved one. It's terrible.
Yeah, I can't understand people who go into cemeteries and do any sort of vandalizing. It's awful.
We need things for our kids to do, apparently.
All right, Brian, what's next?
Child Protective Services is working with a Pike County mother after her baby was seen inside the basket of a shopping cart surrounded by groceries. Investigators say the child, who was in a car seat, did not appear to be in danger since the items did not cover the baby. Big deal or no deal here?
Yeah, you can't do that. you can't do that. And it does look like the items are covering the baby. All I could see was the baby's feet.
Big deal. I mean, it is a big deal. And, you know, bless her heart, though, she has 7 kids at home. And I get it, but you can't do that.
No.
You just can't do that. And thankfully, she'll be okay. The kids will be watched over the next couple weeks. And hopefully everything will turn out good.
Just got to think before you push the cart.
Amen.
All right, Brian, what's up next?
Morehead State has joined Eastern and Western Kentucky universities to offer classes at the new University Center of Southern Kentucky, located on the campus of Somerset Community College. Mary Jo and Kevin, is this a big deal or no deal?
I think this is a big deal, and it's so great because this helps people in that area get college educations without having to leave home.
This is a huge deal. Education is our future in this state, a state that lacks it in a lot of areas. This brings it there. UK is getting on board here, I think, in another year or so. This is a huge deal.
Yeah, and so great for them. So happy. All right, Brian, what's next?
And finally, former NBA star Gilbert Arenas is drawing a lot of attention for his claims that he knows of 2 Duke players from the last 5 years who were paid $200,000 to play for Duke basketball. Big deal or no deal on this one?
Well, listen, I mean, if it were true, it'd be a big deal. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying I'm not taking anything that Gilbert Arenas says at face value.
This is the problem with social media. If you're going to put it out there, you need to back it up. We need to start making people back it up. If he knows who they are, let's hear about it. Let's get it out there. Otherwise, be quiet.
He's just, I guess, been out of the, nobody cares about Gilbert Arenas anymore. Not that they ever totally did, but I guess that must be it because this is just so silly. All right, Brian, thanks so much for joining us tonight. You did an awesome job.
Good job.
Thank you.
And we do know that Brian can count to 10. We had him do that before, and he mastered it.
He passed.
All right, tonight's wrap-up is next as Hey Kentucky continues.